Creating an Android project is very simple. Let's see how it is done in Eclipse. The first thing to do is to launch our Eclipse IDE. From the new bar, click on File, then New. We already have here an Android project option, but in some Eclipse version this option is not available. So let's click on Project so we can choose what type of project to create. From the list, let's choose Android project, then click Next. This is just quite the same if we will choose the Android project from here. After that, a pop-up window for creating an Android project should appear. You can see here an error sign which will tell you the necessary fields to fill out. The first field here is basically the project name, which is the name for the project file. This name is what we are going to see in our Package Explorer when we are through with this setup. So let's name our project Android project. The next is the contents. The contents will let you choose the source of your project. The first here is create new project in workspace, meaning the project will start from scratch. The next one is create project from an existing source, which will let you copy the contents of an existing project or will let you duplicate a project's content. The third option is to create project from an existing example. This one, on the other hand, is dependent on the checked build target. For this project, we will create a new project in our workspace. So the next is the build target. The build target will let you choose a target SDK or Android version where your application will be installed. This list is dependent on what you have downloaded in your SDK. In my IDE, I have here Android 2.2, Google API Platform 2.2, Android 2.3, and Google API for Platform 2.3. So for our project, let's use Android 2.2. Okay, the next field that we are going to fill out are the properties. Here is the application name. The application name is the title of your application. This title is most commonly seen in the application's icon launcher when we installed it in the device. The name is subjective, so you can use whatever string you may like. Let's type here test project. The next field is the package name. The package is the primary package created. This is a common term in Java, so I will assume that you already have an idea about this. The package to be created must have at least two components. For example, com, which is one component, dot Android, which is the second component. Although com.android is the popular package name for basic Android applications, we can create our own package name. For example, ubiq.web.training. In this example, we have three components, namely ubiq, web, and training. The next field that we are going to fill out is the create activity. This field will create the first Java class of a basic Android project. As you can see here, there is a checkbox to enable or disable this attribute. Not all Android project implements an activity, but for our basic training tutorial, we will be including this field. The most popular string input here is main, which is what we will implement for now. The last field here is the minimum SDK version. This refers to the least Android version that the application can run. Input here is an integer number equal to the API levels of each Android version. For example, Android 2.2 has an API level of 8, and Android 2.1 has an API of level 7, and Android 2.2 0 as an API level of 5. If we put 5, for example, in the minimum SDK version, our project will be able to run in Android 2.2, 2.1, 2.0, and 2.0.1. The problem with it is that each Android version has a modified API. Implemented API may not be available in all of the Android versions. So for now, let's put here 8, which will lock this project into Android 2.2. After filling out the necessary information, click on Finish to create our project. You can see now, after that, our newly created project in the Project Explorer. Newly created projects are already a working Android applications. This application will show a simple text display "Hello World" on the screen. We will learn more on how to run this project in the next videos.